which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Call to order. Approval of the December minutes in front of you. In those minutes, we got the RMA stuff out.
Make a motion to approve.
Second? Second. All in favor? Nays? Approval of the bills.
That check for $500 for Tamara Reed, we voided that back in September of 21 or 22. I don't remember what it was for, but she wants it now. Is it too late? You can just call her and tell her.
I mean, that was 3 years ago.
On that over a fine, she paid more than one, she paid it twice or something. I think it was.
Sounds right.
Yeah, she doubled up on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look at the details.
Yeah, I don't remember why we paid her, or wrote that check, but
I think it
I
was.
have it.
When was it
I have
from?
the old, I think it was September 21.
I'll just look it up. Just, that's table. Or did you already give it to me?
Well, I issued it, but you don't have to
It's
mail it.
in the file, yeah.
Yeah, don't mail it. I have a couple of bills here.
You wanna mail it, and you guys make the decision. Do you wanna mail it, or do you wanna do?
Well, I mean,
research on
if
it?
she doubled it and it was voided.
I honestly can't say that I heard the details. I mean, we issued it to her for a reason, I guess.
Yeah, it was something about her fine.
So we issued her a check once and she never cashed it?
Right, I have the old check at the office. Right, this is a kind of a replacement.
So how did you get the other check?
Well, I
She
mean,
brought it in.
yeah.
Brought it in today, a new one, because she,
Well, she emailed me a week or two ago.
She probably found it in the trunk of her car or something.
Do we have to issue it to her?
I guess. I'd say send it to her.
I mean, if we made it out to her,
if we made it out to her once.
Yeah, I think we should make it.
Yeah.
It's just a replacement.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of it,
that'd be a good
just,
reason.
yeah.
Send her the check. What else we got?
Okay, so we got Bunny Truck Service that's not on there. We got them in the mail today for some Tordon, General Fund 5366.
Not very much.
Let it work.
Yeah.
The Tordon. Three-quarters. Brush killer.
It's a permanent brush killer.
And then in the water fund, you can say Blue Book, which is a 33.6 GPD metering pump for $1,073.14.
Ooh, that's a lot cheaper.
Well, minus $84 because they charge a sales tax, which we aren't subject to, so.
That's at least half of what we said it was gonna cost in the last meeting.
And what was it for?
It's the oxidizer pump.
Oh,
Breaks up iron so we separate it from the water before it goes.
yeah, I feel like.
So what's 1,073.14 minus 84.08? You know, I got their phone out.
What you got?
1,073.14.
Yeah.
Minus 84.08.
989.06.
So that's what we'll be paying them.
I think we said it was gonna cost 2,000 at the last meeting.
I just read that in the minutes, it was 2,000.
I told Nathan to just buy it. I mean, there's not anywhere, not having an offsite.
And that $85 to hold a race, we got the refund. So we really should have gone to the Hull of a race, so.
Jim and I have been playing back and forth with that check. It's a long story,
Yep.
but it's a bit.
We split that insurance to 57, 31, 67.
3 ways.
Oh, three, yeah, I see that.
Mhm.
Okay. There's one in general fund, one in the water fund, and one in the sewer fund.
No, look,
I didn't even know about the three ways, I thought we just had to. Alright.
We got our little drainage tax bill from the Laguna. 3690 in sewer.
Nobody gets their piece, don't
How much
The
is
good
that one?
news,
Mom?
oh, the 23690. The good news is the SNI never did raise the rates.
they? I never did hear what happened to that.
I think it's tabled.
Yeah, you know.
I make a motion, we pay the bills.
Oh, second.
All third.
Third. Any nays? Those
I
are,
don't think that's the Robert's rules of order.
isn't that Robert's rules or two of them? Alright, what else do you have?
Nothing on the bills. Financials.
Finances.
Too late.
Haven't started eating yet.
My clock is exactly correct, and I am 7 minutes late.
Page 2. Income tax, sales tax, use tax. Miscellaneous income is a $50 check from the circuit clerk. We got a speeding ticket or something, or code violation maybe.
Yeah, there's some more expensive tickets this month. And insurance and.
And the other $85
Tickets.
is that all of our race deal, everything we got in the
Mhm.
Yeah, of course, you see the insurance bill on there. Page 3 is a year-to-date comparison this year and last year. Page 4 is the check register, all the activity in the checking account. Page 6, water fund. I believe since the last board meeting, any expenses. And then page 7 is the year-to-date comparison.
No.
And then page 8 and 9 is the check register. For all the activity. Sewer on page 11. And the year-to-date numbers on page 12. We're saving up for when we have to pump the lagoon out.
Yeah.
Check register for sewer on page 13. Motor fuel tax, no income, no expenses. Or anybody else?
Yeah.
Never mind. I just wanted to know where that money was. It says right here, it's in the general fund. Bob reminded me that there's 58,000 and some change in American Rescue Plan Act money. I'm gonna research what that is. That is something different than the COVID money that I thought was there. That appears
The other one plugged in.
from the dates, this might have been applied for. This is the American Rescue Plan Act. And I think it was applied for before I was mayor, but I don't recall.
I wonder,
I don't-
does Scott Circle know anything about it, or,
Probably most likely ask her if he seems to know a bunch about this stuff.
possible? Or I was thinking, what's the lady's name, Pike County Economic Development?
Brenda.
Brenda, she might know, she might have helped with the application.
Yeah, well, we weren't a member.
We were
Yeah,
not.
we weren't.
No, we were in the past, but I don't know. I'll figure.
To build an equitable economic recovery from the devastating economic effects caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. It doesn't really, it cannot be used directly or indirectly to offset tax reductions. It doesn't really say.
Is this the money that guy sent, that email you forwarded?
Uh-huh, yeah. We were on the list,
Oh,
but we haven't.
I found
sent it-
somewhere
hadn't
the list.
forwarded it.
Alright, well, we don't need to talk about
What
that.
about email? I guess I don't know.
More research done on the,
Need to approve the financial report?
Yes.
can I get a motion to approve
I
the
make a
financials?
motion to approve the financials.
A second? All in favor? Dave?
Bye, Bob.
See ya. Thank you.
Hey, Chris, your papers are in that brown leather chair there.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You probably intended me to have this here.
Ah,
Alright, at the last meeting, we talked about the speed sign, it's access to the cloud. Otherwise, to get the information off, I have to go sit next to the sign and use a different program. So I called the guy, got a quote, he went ahead and turned them back on, and I told him that we needed to talk about it. And since they've been back on, so I guess maybe you guys seen when I moved the signs. I was curious how, if people were slowing down, and they are, but it does show a select few people at exact certain times that I can tell that come through the sign and don't slow down at all. So right now, I'm tracking someone.
62?
This morning it was 80. I've got
you
them
took
at
the pace this morning.
Yesterday there was a car went by. In the morning.
Yeah.
I'm not
I was
gonna-
right behind you.
I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
what time because we're working on it, but it's the exact same time, 5 days a week. This morning was 80 miles an hour.
Okay,
80 through the first one, 73 through the second one. I've had 71 and 73, so I've actually sped up through down.
so do you,
I know
when
who,
when you pull this information, how do you know who it is? Does it,
I know what time,
He just controls
You-
that,
you
like,
just know
need
what-
to
I see
sit
something
there at
repeat.
This time because it's happening every
okay,
Monday through
but you
Friday.
think you know who it is?
I know
No, he doesn't.
exactly, well,
Hypothetically,
He has a pretty good guess.
I don't know
I
their
did-
names, but I know their license plate. Because, well, I'm not gonna say.
no.
But I know they're, I'm not.
I was just thinking, maybe you took a picture of the license plate.
No,
It does
it's
not
not
take-
good.
But you can
No.
see, like, you can set it up so he can get messages on his phone, and you can see, oh, this comes through at the exact same time every.
So I have it set up
single-
to send a text to my phone whenever somebody comes through at 65 or higher.
That's moving.
55.
So I'll have to start coming through at 64.
I can have it,
54.
so I get a text when someone comes through. If I start to see that text go off at about the same time every day, then I'm gonna start looking at the charts on the computer, and then I can call an officer and say, I need you between this time and this time. And
That's
that's
good.
what we're currently working on. So whoever came through at 80 miles an hour this morning,
You're in
The speed
trouble.
limit is 35.
that's the warning.
That was the 80 miles an hour from this morning, not just about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. So no, I can't
You're
track,
telling on yourself, Chris.
I'm not tracking anybody's information. I just,
Right.
those reports that when we sign up for the extra cloud service, gives me that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I don't just study the charts all day. The charts are cool.
Well, I mean,
I can tell
65
you-
is that's.
I can set that
way,
wherever
It's
I,
not like you're going, oh, it's
Well, let me tell you
36, I want
something.
I can
this.
set it wherever I want.
Yeah, I mean.
I don't know how different the rules are in Columbia. However, on their main highways, what do they have? Speed bumps.
Oh, yes.
Whoa.
I'm telling you. Speed bumps can
You
show
weren't
up.
gonna, you weren't
Well,
gonna.
they
I ain't
would.
messing around.
No.
No.
We could do it on the side
In
streets,
their towns.
in their
They're
towns,
in their
on the
towns.
We
highways.
were in a subdivision in Hannibal a couple weeks ago that had, there was no way you're going over.
Oh, no, and these speed bumps were very high.
There had some.
The semis, I mean, when you see the semis start slowing down way before them, they're bad bumps. But not bad.
So this sign up here, we got two of them back to back. And you're saying you can see that people are slowing down some,
Yeah, like
but it doesn't do us any good, does it?
Yes. It
I
tells
mean,
me
you've got a
that,
sign that's radaring people coming in, it's getting their speed.
Yep.
And having one 30, 50 yards, 50 feet down, whatever, does it really help? I mean, they already know what it's supposed to be.
Well,
it-
this is more of an experiment,
it
right?
gives-
Like, to see.
those signs can go anywhere someone tells me to put them.
I can
That's
tell
where
from
I'm
the
just
last
saying,
time we had
you
the
just-
subscription, I'm getting a lot less text messages.
So,
So it's working.
So why not keep one at each end of the town
so what that tells me is I can see, so a lot of people come in over 35. Almost everybody. I'm curious which ones are actually slowing down and at what time. They actually do more good in the middle of town than they do on the outside.
That's what I was gonna say.
They give me way more information, and that sign out there is probably gonna end up right across from the other one. I really wanted to put it farther into town, but there wasn't any pole, and I didn't want to do anything. So I just stuck it to a pole that's already
There's signs on the firehouse, foot one.
So
To
can we
the west.
You know,
hypothetically
because
do we
what's
both
his
sides of
name?
the highway up and down? And
What's that guy's name was in here that was talking about?
Kim.
Yeah, Kim. You know, obviously some of that's coming from the other side too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
absolutely.
mean,
I get, they're more beneficial to have in the middle of town.
Because that's when, you know,
But I wanted to see,
they're doing that.
I'm
In the
curious,
middle of town, not coming in.
yeah, I'm curious, you know, somebody comes through, I'm wondering if there's actually slowing down or not. What I found out that is, people are going fast here, almost all of them are slowing down in the middle of town.
The question
There's
is,
hardly
are they slowing down
anybody-
because they see a second sign?
so
Or
then,
do
I
they slow down
think-
anyway?
That's the thing, I
so
wonder
then
if,
here's an option. The speed sign at the, right outside town.
yeah,
Why can't we move that down a little bit?
that's
Okay,
the point.
put it further away from the town. Here's where.
Further from the town?
Yeah, put it further.
That's where it was before, wasn't it? Further?
That first one's been
I
there.
think it's
So
so
if you
far out,
put it
nobody
further
will.
from the town, they have more time to slow down when they're in the town.
Well then, yeah, I mean,
You know,
maybe, but then there won't be any good
I'm not saying,
data coming
I'm not
from
saying
it.
put it a half
Is
mile
the first
down.
one next
No,
to
I was
it?
talking about the
He's talking about the actual
speed
speed
sign.
sign.
Speed
Oh.
limit sign. Move the sign that direction. You know,
Do we have control over
couple hundred
that?
yards or
Well,
something.
that
I mean,
would get tricky. Well,
We're
We'd
still in
have,
the
we'd
city
have to ask
limit.
the state if we can move their speed limit.
Yeah,
'cause it's
it's
their
still in
road.
the town, though, right? Isn't that,
Well, the
Yeah,
town goes, what, all
but-
the way out?
It's
Yeah.
kinda like the
Yeah.
railroad, it's in town, but we don't have control of it, like we,
But if they give us permission to move it
yeah, we could
anywhere on
add.
the highway within our city limits, we
I
could
don't see why
potentially
they would.
move
we
it
can
farther
go
out.
a little bit further, and then,
I don't-
then leave
yeah.
your speed sign where it's at, and see if that's controlling the traffic better within the middle of town where the kids are at.
I love data, so I'm all for experimenting with them.
I
But
think
that's
see
why,
both ways. I mean, I really
that's why the one is where it is,
experiment with
is
those.
because I
And I
was curious
understand
if,
that one. It's
if
just
people were just
redundant to have-
blasting through, or
It just seems, having them two signs, two that close, it's like, get it at the other end.
well, it was
Get some down there.
planned to be like more in front of Cabinet Leaves, but there's no sign there. I didn't have anything to attach it to.
I have to pass through the well-known speed trap of Marblehead
Right.
every time I come down here.
And they don't mess around.
Well, that's what they say.
What do you mean what they say? Did you get pulled over?
No, he sped through there and had no trouble.
No, but I'll tell you what, I think they do, and I don't know, maybe we already do this. There's a warning sign, there's a caution sign
Mm-hmm.
before the speed limit sign.
We have those.
So you do get a
You
advance
get
warning.
Well, aren't they so particular about it because a child got hit and killed on the highway there at some point?
Yeah.
Like within the
A lot
last
of people
20 to
killed,
25 years.
Yeah.
Marblehead used to
I feel
be,
like it was before that.
I don't
thought
even-
my
I
mom
just-
Ever
was
since I was a
there.
little kid,
Yeah.
It's been bad.
they have always,
And say, cause my whole life.
first
has
time I
been-
ever heard of radar, they said they had
That's one time
radar.
you don't speed through, it's pacing
I don't know if
the
they
other.
really did or not.
Right.
That cop.
Is-
No one speeds through pacing.
But I think if you do, if I gotta put out the warning sign, I think that's what they use in Marlow. It seems.
I'm all for,
I'm all for speed bumps.
I'm all for putting it wherever we,
I don't think you can put a speed bump on a state highway.
Just one bone.
but
Unfortunately.
that sign is just,
That's all.
It
that
would
sign
be
is
fun
just-
though.
Columbia,
Oh,
they're everywhere.
but
That's
they're not
right.
on the interstate or.
Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah, they're on the highway.
Yes. You
So
don't
what's-
speed
so
over
what's the
there.
Speed limit.
So when you
No.
go into a town,
Not on the
There's a speed
interstate
bump.
highway though.
You want,
But what's like the speed
you
limit?
want to
How
fly
fast
over
can you
there and
drive?
show them?
no, 30,
You
40
mean like when you
kilometers
come
an
into
hour.
a town?
No,
Just
they've got them everywhere.
25, 30 miles
They
an
have got
hour.
them everywhere.
So roughly the same as here.
Uh-huh. But,
alright,
but
so,
people slow down when they get.
So
to town.
can we contact someone about moving the speed limit sign? Because really,
But
I do think it should be moved out, because
I-
what's the
I
law?
agree.
You have so many feet to slow down after the speed limit sign, and the speed limit sign is in like people's front yard, basically. So if we moved it out a little bit,
I think we could
Yeah,
feasibly
it should
move
be
it
moved
at
out
least
of
to
town.
the turn
Yeah.
off there.
we can check, but that sign is just bolted to that sign. I mean, it's easy enough, I put it there myself, so, and it gave me the data I wanted to see.
Well, I'm not against one being in the middle of town, one of our signs, but
Yeah.
make people and see if they'll slow down ahead of time. And then your sign right in town, it should,
I don't have to stay there.
you should always be good.
And
You
except
should have
for
everybody
camp
under
with the
four.
actual speed limit
And
sign, maybe we
I
can get a warning.
Couldn't
sign.
print up the numbers sometimes, so like what we were seeing was coming in the end of town, just everybody's speeding. When I put it in the middle of town, now I have a little bit more data to see who those really hardcore people are that don't care at all and aren't slowing down. And I can, cause I was getting too much data just all over the board. Okay, we need somebody here 24 hours. Now it's narrowed down to a certain half hours worth of days, like there are 5 to 6 different sections of the day down to a half an hour. So there was too much data coming in from the outside side. I couldn't, every now, I could see, like we caught the 90 mile an hour person, a couple, but now I can, it's narrowed down so much better now. I
That's
can
good.
have one inside of town, and that, whoever that is, I mean, it's people like them that are just blatantly
Right.
charging through town, that's who we attack first. Well, we're not attacked.
We only have 2 of those signs?
I think we
Are
have
they
one.
expensive?
Mhm.
Were they?
About 2,500 piece.
Yeah.
How much?
About 2,500 piece.
No, I think
We have a bunch now.
7.
It'd be nice to have 2 more
And
in
that's what I'm
town.
thinking.
27.
Is that something
For
we
two
could
of
spend
them.
some of that money
That's
on?
for 2 of them?
27 is for 2 of them. wasn't it?
1,600
These
feet?
are 2,700 each.
I was gonna say, I thought it was.
Unless I wrote it down wrong.
That's pretty good.
Cause I was thinking we gave about 5
Can we
grand
use
for
that?
the
Is
two
that
trucks.
what
I was
Ever do
thinking,
that?
so,
Yeah.
why couldn't we use some of that
That motor-
that motor fuel or whatever?
Yeah, can we?
Yeah.
Can we use motor fuel? Chris?
I'm ready.
Sure. Whatever you wanna do, Sheila.
A few speed bumps.
Really, what would get us the most,
Get my speed bumps.
what would give us the most data is one where they were, and one right across from each other, right smack in the middle of town. We would have data to draw from.
Those ways.
Like, right, I can see who's blatantly doing it and at what time. Before, it was, I can kind of tell and see who's really coming in hot. Turns out a lot of those people slow down through town by the time they
It'd
get
be
in.
interesting to.
I just think if you had the sign outside town,
I thought it did this.
all those people, the ones that aren't
Yeah,
in
we can move it
question,
out.
the ones that aren't in question, they're gonna be slowed down already.
Yeah, we can move
Then
it
your,
out.
your data's gonna shrink, and you're gonna know what time it is.
Well, yeah, I
It
mean,
is too close to town. I mean, it is.
well,
right on
you
the-
don't have to be 35 to arrive at Scott's house. I mean,
It's like 500 feet.
like this side of town,
I mean, I can tell you,
Not a problem.
I can slow down,
Oh, of course.
be slowing down, and I'm still going 40 when I get to their house almost.
And you're
And
still
we
legal
do
there.
see a lot of people, yeah, that are coming in.
You're slowing down,
hot,
but it's
and then-
still,
I
Back
see
way
that
off.
straight
Yeah.
out off the data.
Yeah.
I can- But anyway.
Well, I think we need to
well,
figure
okay.
out moving that of the state sign out. and then-
Okay, I don't see why they would say that. I just know that I can't go out there.
Right.
yeah, no.
Pick it up and move it.
Just asking.
But the question on the table was to pay for the cloud service,
How much is that?
$83 a month. I mean, we're making
for-
that in ticket money.
I was getting ready to
So you
say,
get a
from what we,
discount if
I
you
mean,
put that in.
absolutely.
A ticket
Yeah,
pays
that's
for
not
it.
much. And this month we'll get $600-700.
If we pay it by the year, could we?
That's what she was saying,
Probably not, but
what we do pay
It's
by,
worth
it is
it,
by the
isn't it?
year. They give you a 5-year option, a 2-year option, but it is, the minimum is by the year. So that's the question on the table.
I make a motion that we
Continue. to buy.
continue with the cloud to monitor traffic.
I'll second.
Does any, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Does anybody else want the headache with getting text messages? People come through that. I can add anybody. Or I can give you a username and password for the, I gave Zach, the username and password, so instead of me just, if he's, I know he's super busy to probably screw around with our street signs, but
Well, but when he's making a step, you
Um,
look at him.
I went ahead and gave him a
Yeah,
password.
absolutely.
So, move state signs, and I'm not gonna ask about additional signs because it's not on the agenda.
I say just move that other one to the middle and see what you get.
I would like to see the other one be on it. But I can just tell you that those two, I put them there for a reason, I'm getting, I mean, I already said it. But, so, ideally, 2 signs going to each lane would be super, super, super ideal. Because right now, those ones that I'm tracking, they're only in the westbound lane.
Can we find out if we were to purchase more signs, if we can use that, whatever that money was that we had to use
Yeah, I
for?
mean, if we, I mean, $50,000.
Yeah,
And if we
and we
understand,
have to spend it by
Couple
June,
signs.
right, or we lose it?
Yeah, we have to spend it before
Yeah,
June.
we gotta get to.
you know,
If anybody gets bored, they can help us research American Rescue Plan Act.
Everybody go out and find 2 ideas.
Yeah, everybody get on Google and find out exactly.
American Rescue Act.
American Rescue Plan Act. There's $58,000 and some change. And the first payment was in 2021, so I would not have applied for it, I don't think. I was on the board, but I do not remember.
I don't know that you had to.
Yeah, that's
might
I
not-
think it was kind
Bob
of
said I
like your,
applied for it,
oh,
but
I don't-
by
I don't
I
remember hearing
think he means the village, and I don't recall. Anyway, so,
premium pay for essential workers, investments in water, sewer, and broadband. And
oh, that reminds me. Claire, for every 40 hours you work, you get an hour of vacation.
Oh.
Well, that's a minimum. We probably
the
give
new
you more
rule.
than that.
Is that new?
How much vacation do you
Yeah.
get? Or just whatever?
1 week.
7 weeks, isn't it?
1 week.
1 week.
Well, so that's what, I don't think you have to give it in addition, but I think if you didn't get any, you have to give them.
All right, we'll talk about the next meeting, 1 week each.
You don't get any holidays either.
I believe
Why not?
If you don't, ask him.
I thought we decided to pay you holidays.
We did, but he never did get it.
What else is there that we should? You're gonna have to remind me. You shouldn't be getting holiday pay.
At least 7 days a year. That's what everybody else gets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do remember talking about that.
I do too.
So you missed this year completely?
I've never gotten a bonus either.
And we did talk about that the last
Yeah.
meeting.
That should have already come.
Yep, I brought that up too much.
I spin it.
On speed bumps.
We didn't get ours either.
On speed bumps.
We split it. All right, let's get out of here. So, I'd like everybody to consider additional signs. I will check on the funds for those. Checking route 6 on holidays. All right. Visitors' comments.
Nobody came. Our visitor level is a little low today.
That's all I need to make that.
Visitor
I'll
comments.
speak for them.
Please do.
We've got to do something.
Pass.
About what?
Fill in the blank. You guys know what you're doing.
Right?
All right.
We've been talking speed.
Code hearing report, I guess I'll, Fixer Flat also, passed the information on to Chris about,
Next property.
yep, I think he has everything he needs. So, Sheila is the only, so, as far as code hearing, as far as our municipal code hearing, I'd say we just close the
Locust
Four
Street.
55, Locust, 445.
Well, also too, the house outside of town, I just noticed yesterday, there's trash everywhere.
Yes.
We've ticketed before, we've warned before,
Court.
went to court before.
just keep paying it, don't you? The ticket.
Well, we were just charging 75.
Well,
We voted,
I'm requesting to not send another letter, fine.
yeah, so you get one warning per calendar year.
Oh,
So,
so we have
But
to
isn't
send
that
a warning
different
for
people?
this year.
well,
No,
depends
That
on
was from before,
It's
it's
the
the
same
same
thing.
people.
it depends on when we
Yeah.
sent them the last warning. And we sent them a warning within a year.
oh, yeah.
Oh,
There's never been sent.
so it's not calendar year.
So, but my question was, they're paying the piddlings.
Well, last meeting
Is
we
it the
raised.
same people living there?
Right?
Because I see different vehicles.
I thought it was different people too.
It's the same people.
I just didn't want to be somebody new
She's
now.
still there.
Same thing. We raised it to 200.
That's what I thought.
You did raise it.
So I'm going to send a ticket out for $200.
Okay. So, yeah, the hotel property, was that ticket ever sent out?
Yes.
Okay. Was December court had?
We should have done it. But they were closed. They switched their hearing, their days because of the holidays.
Okay, so is there an active case out there for that property?
There should be.
So did we ever post it on the hotel property? Okay. So we guess we need to find out,
I'll call them tomorrow.
and then we need to make sure that, cause their attorney probably is gonna be there for this.
That's fine, I'll go up against the attorney.
So we also need to consider more than one ticket. It's been almost a year, well, it's been over a year since the demolition started.
Is that a hotel, the motel property that's purchased by Fred Kinsley?
Yeah, was there any word from your camp on that? Didn't think so.
Oh,
There still hasn't been any,
Nothing's been touched.
How
nothing.
long has it been since they burnt the tile and stuff?
2 months.
It's been a couple months.
2 or 3 months. I'm gonna talk to the EPA guy in charge tomorrow.
Let me know what you find out.
Regardless, the village needs to use its, there's more than just a burning man. It's about time to right, no. So we can talk about which one, the one with the foundation, rubble. They keep piling more stuff on that property. There's 55-gallon drums in the back, probably
There's now a big
40
sign,
of them. They're
like
starting
a
to put
big,
them.
I thought I saw something
marquee
laying
sign
down.
back there.
Yeah.
They hauled in an old,
What is that?
they hauled in an old Joe's Poultry refrigerator container. If we don't stop that, that is going to be a junkyard.
Right in the middle of town, right about that.
And it won't be any better than what was there in the first place.
No, not at all.
So that needs to stop real quick.
Well,
So,
isn't that
you-
some kind of a hazard, like old refrigerator?
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
kid
like,
could
a
get
kid
trapped
could
in
get
there and.
So do you want me to draft up a letter along with, you know, our, you know, our 3.205 or whatever?
It's kind of like being in front of the judge. You don't need to get wordy with it. Just send the thing in the violation. Don't say nothing else. Just do that. You let Mr. Roseberry take care of it.
Sure did.
All right, and I'll get with you about what ordinances we need. Do you still have a copy of the nuisance ordinance?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Chris has most all of our ordinances.
Yeah, if Chris would return them, I could make copies of them. Hey, Chris.
But,
What's up?
well,
Are you speechless?
well, I can certainly get you a copy of the ordinance.
Would you please? All of them.
Well, now that's where you get into a little bit of
Pickle?
a pickle, because I'm not sure I have all the ordinances.
Copies of what you have?
There are so many duplicates
Yeah.
of the ordinances in that box. I actually have to set aside a few hours to sort them all out and get them.
You want to give them to me and I'll sort them?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Oh, man.
All right.
That's a really good idea.
I
It's
thought
gonna be a
that
lot
was
less
Sheila.
expensive. It's not that daunting of a task, but, you know, all in all, that nuisance abatement ordinance is probably
It's
the one,
broadband.
that's the one ordinance in that box that has immediate, you know, import. Yes.
That's about the only one. We've had a lot of people ask about trailer homes recently, and I don't know. We have the 176-4. That's the main one we have. So
Did we approve that for their house ordinance that we talked about?
no,
No,
no. still stand.
We probably need to put that back on the,
It's in the to-do file stack.
So where were we? Code hearing court. We'll get together and, that needs cleaned up, it needs cleaned up yesterday. Alright,
yeah, well, I need to get the ticket out before Friday.
Well, knowing who the players are in this thing, I can tell you, you're gonna have to stay on them constantly.
yep.
Because we go to court the 19th.
It's 14 days in advance, right?
Yeah.
We can do that. They're not gonna set the mail anyway.
They're not gonna do anything with it. They're just gonna,
They will. We'll get there.
we'll get calls, but you want me to put my phone number on it?
No, they'll just call me. Doesn't even. Alright, is there anything new besides those?
No, nothing, except what I'm gonna do out on the highway.
Claire, watch your speed.
Put the speed bumps up.
Strap down whatever you got in the truck. How's tractor coming?
Well,
Of course.
I thought I had it back. I was waiting for some parts, and when we got them, and I hooked them up. They were back to leaking again, so we took them off, and took them back on. It looked like they might have put one seal in the back. One that was at the ram, drive-through, they might have put that seal on backwards. So we just took them both over there this morning.
Feel on what?
I was hoping I'd have them done and ready to put the blade on in case it does snow and all some gravel.
Excuse me. So they're rebuilding our old ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they couldn't find us new cylinders for some reason.
You know, did try to find it.
Okay.
That would be
Jeez.
pretty pricey.
Yeah.
But unless you want me to.
No, I mean, keep going.
We already spent almost $2,000 on what it is now. Get them. Fix that. So.
Well, if they don't fix them right this time, I'll do myself.
I hope it gets it done.
Who's doing the work?
It's done. Huh?
Who's doing the work?
Oh, it's
So,
Tom Hart.
oh,
I don't think there's nothing from Martin, but can't get parts.
gotcha.
The old guys are gone. But the guy I get, he don't know anything. I'm trying to get some bushing for a gearbox, old John came on. It don't have a gearbox. I say, just give me the belt, and I'll get rid of it. Man, this is G-turn.
It's frustrating.
It is. Water meter, bunch of. Not half of them are mad at me because they want to get part of their bill.
Yeah, that's happening a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. The system we're using is like 30, 40 years old.
Yeah,
Bob gave me their contact for that company. I'm gonna reach out to them and see if they have additions, like new packages where you can like pay online and.
Alright, what else?
yeah.
Water
Water
bill.
bills.
Whoever used it last, shut all the power off to the, recent part up here. So we turned it back on and lumber and tried to reset that, outlet for the lights, and it wouldn't be set. So we went down and got a couple new outlet just like that, put it in and set them, and then we're consistent. We blew the leaves out of the tennis court, that kid's finger was gonna help us do it, he didn't show up. I was doing it, anyway, I'm an animal to it, so.
Alright, well, as soon as that tractor gets fixed, we'll take down the Christmas lights.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, we can get another tractor in town. I can get somebody to haul it. I don't wanna leave them up too long.
No,
We should try to make an effort to get them out by the first of February.
Well,
I'd like to
when the
leave that for
ground
my
freezes,
birthday.
is when we'll get them
I don't
out.
have time to say.
Have Cliff get you a heart.
Yes, that would be great.
I'm hoping
Plug it
they
in.
could have those done. this
Yeah,
week,
I'll
so
have
they-
it.
I
Next one.
don't know, yeah,
The
we'll be
radio's
this
not
week.
good enough.
Maybe by
Hands.
next Saturday morning or something.
I'd like to have them down by next weekend at the
Yeah.
latest.
Are we gonna price new ones? We said something about we would.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're also such a thing as all you gotta do is screw new LEDs in them.
Well, I think we should do both. I'm gonna go through and take pictures of all the ones so we know what we have.
I mean,
But apparently there's
Screw
also
the old
old
ones
ones
with the new
somewhere in
ones.
storage
Yeah.
that just need restrummer and
Because I know
or
that
something, so I don't know about that.
yeah,
And that was 5 years ago, and they started telling what they're supposed to have.
there's, I think we'd probably be money ahead just go and buy a big old stack of boxes of LEDs.
I think we should do.
We've got
lots of
10 or 15 Christmas ornaments down there that we just put in the shed because the lights went out. They're already metal frame, there's a big nutcracker, there's like, we already have them.
Like ones that go on the poles or
Yeah.
other ones?
Them were the ones that were replaced by the new LEDs.
But you don't need to replace the sign, you just
Right.
buy the new bulb.
Yes, yeah.
We've got more signs than we have poles now, right now. I mean, we could buy new ones, but I just don't,
Yeah, that's,
I'd like to see us,
look at getting bulbs.
I'd like
Yeah,
to
that'd
see
be-
us get
probably
the
be a lot
bulb
more
and then
expensive.
see where that ends up.
Sounds like a good spring project. Have bulbs and pull them all out.
Cause you gotta see all the ornaments we got down there.
No,
The
that's fine.
scramble.
I thought from
The
our
scramble,
conversation
right?
last time.
You press the ring?
Yeah. $40. Alright, let's,
That's all I got.
alright. Screw
They're
it
not
too
in
much
charge.
tonight. Alright, Roger.
Oh, I got a couple questions.
Right.
On, is Robert Wolf still in town?
Nope.
Is Bill still in here?
No, he-
What do we do when somebody leaves town like that? Do we?
We wait for a while and then we.
Didn't
Do we
you
try
And we
to
write
collect?
it off.
No.
take the deposit?
Do we have a list of people that we're not gonna turn their water back on if they move back to town until they pay their
Yeah,
outstanding
we
bill?
usually remember.
I keep a list, and when they come back to town, they have to pay that before they get their water turned on.
Yep.
Good deal.
We generally, after a certain amount of time, we take the deposit and write the bill.
Their deposit ought to be applied
And then
towards
our
their final bill.
Bill,
It is. It is,
Yeah.
that's how we do it. But,
And honestly, we
I think
need,
you're right.
we need to up the deposit.
Is it still 75?
Yeah.
It should go, it should be at least 125.
at least 100.
it's
At least.
generally, what, 2
Yes,
months
look
worth
at
of
the-
service?
Look at the bill you get stuck with.
Well, but what is our minimum service?
And that happens when
Yeah.
we're home.
And
Yeah.
122,
Alright,
125
so,
bucks.
that's also something that would have to be on the agenda, so we can't. I will put it on the agenda, if everybody will think about it.
Yeah.
Yes, please do.
Roger? Part two?
The only other part that I got is we talked about Mr. Thompson's holidays and stuff. He does not want medical insurance.
Okay.
All he'd like to have is the paid holidays and a little bump in something, you know, vacation or something. Where he's been here forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We talked about that before.
Yeah,
we
it
talked
never
about-
went
We
anywhere.
talked about
we need to look at our
holidays.
minutes.
I
Fair
thought we
holidays
voted on
should
it.
be paid.
Well, I thought we did too, but I don't, it never did.
And I know we approved the bonus because
Yeah, because we did
The
that,
bonus
not the last
was
meeting, but the
approved.
meeting
so
before.
that he could have it before Christmas.
Yes.
And then, any,
Went well.
Any raises or any additional cost to his pay needs to be around fiscal so that it can be appropriated for.
So what's that, June?
Yeah. So you couldn't just
Right.
do something,
Right.
you really need to be appropriated.
And
And that would be the time for 3% raises, or I know Kinderhook just decided to give, they were gonna do, well, they're doing raises for everybody at X% per year.
So when you do that for like the voted people, you can't do it till the next election, can't you? Or you vote
The
for
way
it
I
for the
understand
election,
it,
but it
if it's
doesn't.
voted on a raise, it doesn't go into effect until the next election.
Ah, yeah, that's
But-
what
Is that right? And then, but our, these rates have been the same for
100 years.
40
Probably.
years, probably.
yeah,
I just,
well, that said about Claire, if you didn't get paid for Christmas, you didn't get paid for New Year's. Is that
Yeah.
something we can need to
Retro
pay him
pay.
at if we already
Yeah.
agreed on it, and he
if
still didn't
we
get
had
it?
already voted that we were supposed
And
to.
he got all the 2023 fiscal year without getting any holiday pays. I mean,
Yeah, but we didn't vote on them until,
I thought we approved it last year.
Well, we need to look it
I
up.
think we
and-
did.
I swore we did.
I wasn't on the board
I'm
last
pretty
year.
sure we did.
I swore we did. I mean,
'Cause I think I was the one that brought it up, but not, or not.
All right, that'll require more research.
Yes, sir.
yeah. I mean, but we agreed on
I'm
it, we
done.
didn't get it. That's-
Just by, and I'll talk to Bob, if that is the case, then that's not really a board vote to make up something that we
Right.
should have been doing anyway, so I'll make sure
Right.
that happens.
Yep.
For Bob.
Gravel with the new burn, or the new pit? New
Can't do it yet.
No, okay. So it was a little slow.
Not done far.
So it's mud down there?
It ain't pure mud.
pretty
You know,
close.
that's
Slimy
gonna,
on
that's
top.
gonna make it crappy for people.
The kids can't wait to just go through it and limb down there, man.
We just, we can't do it yet. No rocks, not until that's permanent, it's just a lease.
Cause if it would go back
We
to
can't
them
go
farming it.
dump a
then
bunch of
have
rock
to-
on-
I understand.
I mean,
Ground
we
that you
don't
don't
own
know.
that
I understand.
yet.
That's all I
If somebody has that problem, just dump it off.
Yep.
In the
More
field,
safe
or
than
we will
tractors.
put
I understand.
I know it's not ideal, but
Better know that.
that's
Maybe
why
I
we
should
have
put
it.
that on the thing.
That's
No,
all.
well, I don't know.
That was, in the agreement.
Gotcha.
But, when it is ours, yeah.
Yeah.
that's what we got.
Yep. We'll fix her all up.
So you got that out of there, so how did we separate, cause I wanted to make sure there was something to drive on other than mud.
Oh, yeah.
The brush pile and the compost pile, did we separate them with signs?
We
or-
haven't yet, but
That wasn't really talked about, if we
Talked
wanted
about
to.
I mean, we
do
got
a
it separated
pile,
here.
we talked about the brush
but-
pile.
Did we designate areas down there?
No, not yet.
We never actually discussed the compost pile.
Well, we did.
It
Or did we
Right
at
now,
some point?
like
Cause we
blocks.
wanted to do it over here.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah,
maybe
we
before I
probably-
remember.
Yeah, I.
Because when I
started a
was
long
looking
time
at
ago.
signs, a lot of the other town signs had brush pile this way, compost pile that way, and I'm like, well, if we have a room, why would we not do compost?
Yeah,
Yeah, we should do that.
There's plenty of it.
Yeah.
It is the best thing to do. You don't wanna have that burnt grass, green grass, dry, burns forever, smokes forever.
And then, well, now if we're doing a compost pile, we can eventually use it
And you
in
can
the
use it,
dark.
yes.
Anyway,
So-
Anybody can go to, you
So
know.
those, I'm gonna put that to be, we need to have signs up that spring.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be many trees put down there in the winter. I mean, there'll be some hardcore people, but,
And we got the equipment to move the blocks around now. We can, well, we only have the blocks yet.
I was gonna say, did you get the blocks? I know you
No.
can price them out.
You know, it may not hurt too, to put blocks. Set them around the
Well, we can
perimeter.
put it at
Around
the
the pile?
end,
And
yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
put
right
so
now I
many
have-
high so that
Yeah.
flames and stuff
just that
can't.
T-post right now.
Well,
Well,
just
the
all we gotta do
problem,
is-
we need to
all
get
we
it
gotta do is call
done.
Bridget and
sure,
Yeah.
yeah,
show her.
for, I think it was like $125 or $150, they'll bring one load to us, and
They'll stack it.
They'll stack it.
Yeah, they won't be able to get over that crop.
Yeah, that's another issue.
But we
Rock.
have the equipment to
Everybody's
take
raised
those
up.
blocks up. Anyway, alright, let's worry about
But
that.
we should probably get that done, like, relatively quickly, because otherwise people are gonna start dumping stuff and then you're just gonna have this big pile.
And then if we can't talk him into letting us put some gravel, when spring comes and it rains and people are gonna be going down there messy.
Then you have to pick up limbs after the storm.
Yeah. Cause there can't be gravel there. Not Doe Young. No way, no how.
Now, it could be a lot of work. I don't know if it's possible. When I was looking up signs for other towns, some towns offer like once a month service where somebody comes through and picks up your brush from your house and takes it. Like if they don't have a truck
If
or.
we land in a big emergency, this is not closed,
No,
it's not used. If we have to, we can, if something like that does happen,
Right.
they can dump down there. I know a guy with a 60-yard grapple truck that cleans up after storms. Go down there, we can move the brush pile. It's not ideal. Eventually, if the plan goes right, we'll own the place, whatever's there, plus about 2/3 more to the south. And we have all the land we can do.
Perfect.
For a brush pile.
We'll do that.
That acre we have marked off is pretty huge. That's just an acre. We're talking about, it was 2.6 acres.
I was thinking it was close
So
to
it's
3.
gonna be pretty big.
Perfect.
We just can't dump gravel in somebody's place that could potentially be a field again. All right.
Mhm.
Why does it have the ability to
Motion to adjourn,
Make a motion.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Nay.
Oh.
Did you turn that off?
Mine probably don't.
Did you turn that off?
Mine probably don't.
I almost got into it, because I was the one that tried to go.